Me and Bruce Wayne. So, Gotham is a show that is based around the crimes that happen in the city. And at a young age, Bruce witnesses the murder of his parents. And a detective named Jim Gordon, he investigates the murder case of Bruce Wayne's parents. So at that moment, Bruce becomes determined to finding justice for his parents. And as Jim Gordon investigates, Bruce fights throughout the city and learns many things from other people up to the person he is today, Batman. So throughout, at first he's scared and shocked from his parents' murder. Bruce had to find justice. He knew he had to find out who's behind this and reason why. So he contacted and spoke with the GCPD through different ways. Like he talked with Jim Gordon a lot about possible suspects, and he talked with Alfred about how close he was with his father and who could want his parents to be killed. And it showed me how he knew what had to be done and started taking actions. So in MPX, we were assigned a carbon infographic, which we had to make an infographic about carbon and how it affects the human body. So we received feedback that was supposed to help us, but our feedback was useless. And so knowing this, I talked with other people and they gave us better, honest opinions about how we can improve this. So we started by adding better images or art that would attract the viewers and putting information with titles that could make them want to read this. Through this, we communicated our learning with our peers and was able to make the necessary changes. So next, as Bruce continues to struggle in finding the killer, this drove him to work hard, and it made him believe in himself, and he started to work harder. Through his persistence, he ends up finding the killer, and like Bruce, I struggled in my Socratic discussions and annotations. My grades were not doing good at first. I did not do well, and I knew I could improve. So I started by reading the book more, understanding what we read, and writing better annotations that I could say during the class discussion. So I still could improve upon this, but I'm trying to maintain this and stay positive while learning. So after Bruce finds out the killer and gets rid of him, he finds out that that killer was under a contract from someone else, and he finds a computer his father left behind, which had information talking about possible suspects of who would want him to be killed. So Bruce worked with the GCPD and a man named Lucius Fox to talk about reasons why someone would want his father and mother to be killed. And they find out that a man named Hugo Strange was making mutations under their company Wayne Enterprises. So this showed me how Bruce was communicating with other people in different ways and was able to accomplish this. So in MPX, I had to communicate with other people like Catherine to fit the requirements of our Z banners, and we had to talk within our 3 groups about our relating to making it look similar with a similar design, and that took a while. So after that we had to like put all the artwork in and make it have a similar look. And this taught me how to just communicate with others and communicate differently. After finding out the person and people behind that, he starts fighting crime and helping around the city. He is confronted by a man named Brace. Brace is a mysterious terrorist who wants this special knife that Bruce can only use to kill him. And Bruce finds this at an auction, and instead of using violence, he thought because he was a billionaire, he could just buy out the auction, so he used his money to buy this knife, and that's how he accomplished his task with his creativity. So in MPX, I had to make a Native American collage, which had other pictures with different meanings of it in it, and meanings that would relate to the Native Americans. So we use things like this hourglass that represents how the Native Americans have they're losing their time and lifespan because of the Trail of Tears and actions that we took long ago. Also like this medical bag, which could just represent something simple as medicine, but it may represent their health issues. So after Bruce is confronted by a man named Jerome, Jerome, he wanted to terrorize the city and kill Bruce. And knowing this, Bruce communicated with the GCPD to create a plan. And this plan was to distract Jerome while someone was defusing the bombs. So after that, they were able to work together and take down Jerome. So in MPX, we were assigned to make a podcast about wood. Our group knew this was going to be boring, and we thought of this as something that was probably not going to be a fun project. But we worked together and we talked about it, and we used the sound effects to make this more fun and enjoyable. Also, being in a group helped us to make we had better friendship and ways we could make this better. So throughout MPX, I learned many things like how to understand and track my learning through my learning, and keeping a positive mindset in difficult situations. Also using different mediums, like communicating in different ways and ways I can improve on. Another thing is using my imagination and creativity to problem solve with these projects, and how I can collaborate well with others and impact each other positively. So thank you.